what's up, man? Welcome to Key to the Game podcast, episode 2. Today I got my brother Jiggy Watkins with me.
What's good? What's good? How y'all doing, man? My little brother asked me to come out. I can't. He told me don't throw him no gang signs or nothing. We good today.
Yeah, man. Today is a special episode for me, man. It's dedicated to my brother A1, who tragically lost his life this past weekend. So, yeah, this one is for you, bro.
RP A1, man, for real. That's
definitely
crazy.
A1 everything. But we just gonna kick it off like. You could tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, how you started playing basketball.
Okay, copy. Well, shit, when I was little, you know, my brother Nate, he hooped. So, being that he hooped, you the youngest brother, you ain't got shit to do. You kind of want to, you know what I mean, do what he do. So, brother. When I turned 4, I would say, I went to Riverside. Was just practicing since 4 on. I just been hooping. But the real reason I fell in love was just my brother, solely him. And then the second reason was AI, you know that. I had to wear 3 everywhere. AI, my brother, once I saw that, and then I got the hang of just going to practice and hooping against people, shit. I fell in love with it. You know the feeling when you was hooping. You just fall in love with that shit when it's fun. You get what I'm saying? So
when you're having fun, you forget about everything else.
Everything. Anything that was going on in school or that shit was out the window when you hoop. Even to this day, like if I go to the gym and play pickup, that shit take away any stress I had before I went in there. I think about that shit later. You get what I'm saying?
That shit to me was like always like my sanctuary.
Facts. That is a fact.
And so where did you get the name Jiggy from?
My mom's and my aunt. I don't know where the fuck Jiggy come from. No acting. They just like this little nigga. I just wanted to steal. And, you know, I had asthma, so I was just always like when I get on my sheet jumpy. But they was just like, yo. They just started calling me Jiggy. So I never really got the full story. You got to go ask Lisa yourself. You know that.
Shout out to Miss Lisa, man. Shout out to Miss Lisa. And speaking of Miss Lisa, she coached y'all with Raw Dogs. Tell us a little bit about Raw Dogs. So, my brother always tell me about that.
Nah, Raw Dogs, I ain't going to lie, might have been one of the best teams in history for like 2 to 3 years span. Because it was like we had every top person that played basketball at that time played with us. It was basically a team for me and my brother. You know what I mean? He had one showcase ours because I was showcasing my talent with Riverside or I go to Abyssinian, but I wasn't getting the same fair shake as everybody else. Like when I played with Riverside, I was killing, but I'd be on the bench. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, Mom, she wasn't having that shit.
She gonna let you play.
We was playing the citywide.
Okay.
Remember with the sun no trees? I was out there looking like a baked potato on the bench. Like, yo, this is crazy. My mom's walked in the middle of the game, niggas on fast break, walk through the courts and take that jersey off and threw it. Y'all would not have my son as hard as he working here, sitting on the bench, and y'all got these guys playing.
Definitely.
Then that's the day I went to Abyssinian. Then from there on, it's just been, just keep going. Just prove niggas wrong.
And with Abyssinian, who was on your team at Abyssinian?
I had a couple. You know, Zelenum was the older group, but in my group it was like, you know, Snoop, Malcolm Polk. That was one of the top dogs.
He was the number 1 player.
Even Lil Irv before he played in Brooklyn. Irv was with us.
I didn't know Irv was with y'all.
Irv was with us. Irv, you know, quiet as hell. Irv been that way since he was a little Irv.
Irv was tough. I played against him in high school.
Sylvan was with us.
I remember Sylvan. He was a little less with y'all.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie, we had so many people in and out, and then guys that was nice that don't play ball now, but it was just like there's so many people that program actually helped, and some people were dead. They didn't get the best of it, but that was dope. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah, that's what's up, man. And growing up, you attended Mount Carmel Middle School.
That was Mount Carmel was crazy. That was fun.
I know, I was in there too.
Yeah, you was in there.
I came after you.
You knew how to. I ain't gonna lie, Mount Carmel might have been one of the best experiences ever because it's like. You in practice was so cool. These are the top kids in the city and they borough and all that. And we all in one school. So when you get to practice, it's a bunch of shit talking, one-on-one. But then when you get in the game, we was destroying everybody, and it was fun because it was like nobody cared about getting 30. Yeah. It was just out there killing and having fun and then leaving. That's around the time we started messing with girls. You know how the Mount Carmel joints was. I know. So that's about that time. So. I ain't gonna lie, Mount Carmel might have been one of my best experiences, even off the court, because, you know, you meet a lot of different people. Being when we from in elementary school, it's like, you don't meet these people until you go to tournaments and shit, and because when you in your school in your zone, basically going back to your block, Mount Carmel, that shit was on the other side of the world for me.
East side.
Yeah, a whole other side.
From uptown. Yeah.
Uptown to east. So once you get there, it was just, I ain't gonna lie, it was a good experience.
I always tell people, for those who don't know what Mount Carmel is, that shit was like the Mount Bird or the Oak Hill of middle school in New York.
That's a fact.
I played with so much players. I even played with a pro there, man. Tell me about some people that you played with at Mount Carmel, because I wasn't there when you was
Mount
there.
Carmel, Truck. I had Truck on my team.
I played with Truck his last year.
We ain't have Momo there. I had Snoop. Even Caffelli ain't going, but he could play CYO with us.
Oh, yeah.
So we had Caffelli. We had Darvell. I ain't gonna lie. We had almost like everybody on that team that was a guard was on the same team. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Truck is between us. You got me by 2 years, so Truck is
under me,
when you was in
over you were Yep. So he was in 7th. That's when you was in 6th.
Yeah, I came my 7th grade year, so he was in 8th.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yeah, I got to play with him and Momo.
That's a fact. And my year I was there, I think Momo had attended. Might have been St. Charles or different school before there. He might have went to St. Charles after Mount Carmel.
No, matter of fact, he went to St. Charles after, because I played against him my 8th grade year.
Okay, so yeah, I ain't gonna lie, y'all team was tough too. That's crazy. Yeah, every year. So Momo. Before us, it was like Dre Barrett and all them too, right? So like that whole
Kiki.
I ain't gonna lie, Kiki Dre and them, from all of us to that school got a hands down. As far as talent wise, it's ridiculous.
Hell yeah. So you leave Mount Carmel, you go to St. Agnes. What made you choose St. Agnes? Because I know you probably had a bunch of other schools.
What made me choose? All right, so R.I.P. Skip from Rice. Skip actually wanted me to go to Rice. And that year I wanted to play. I was like, if I come to Rice, I'll play varsity, or at least I'll play freshman. Mm-hmm. But Skip was like, nah, I want you to play varsity B. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nah, my brother.
That's what you played, JG.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, varsity B was crazy. Like freshman and varsity was that's
the two things
it.
You want to play.
Varsity B was like that might be the drug dealer squad.
Yo, Vars B, I never even seen a Vars B game. I don't even see
their uniform. Yeah, do they got the same uniform?
I don't know. I never been to a Vars B game.
Tried to have me in there with a Metro Swiss jersey, probably. That's crazy. Bring your own uniform to your high school game. Nah, R.I.P. Skip though, but yeah, what Skip was like, yo, just come here. I'm like, you know what I mean? Then St. Agnes was like, listen, it's varsity only. You gonna play. Mm-hmm. And when I'm like, all right. When I got there, it was actually the little ass gym. It was fun though, because practice was crazy. Yeah. They had my year, me, Ray Sean, and this kid Chris was freshman. Everybody else was like seniors and juniors. So when we came in there, they was like, oh, these were. And then we end up just wilding them out in practice.
Yeah,
working
I heard you tore it up, man. What you was doing there?
That shit looked like football. I was in there looking like KB for 7 games, bro.
You had to play 7 games?
6 to 7 games. Then I failed Spanish. So when I failed Spanish, nigga told me I ain't have a scholarship. That's what made me leave, pardon me. But I know if you fail one, because I was passing every other class, fine colors. Spanish, I failed. When you fail one class, you can't play. I didn't know that. So when I went to the office, they was like, yo, you owe such and such. I'm like, what you mean I got a scholarship? They're like, nah, you owe. Oh, I don't? No, me, I'm not paying that. I'm out. I'll go to public school. So that's the year I went to, that last bit of the year I went to Wadleigh. Then I came back to Wadleigh. I sat out that whole year. That's when little Chris was there. Rel was hooping. This was, my sophomore year. Little Chris, Rel, Damo, all of them on the same team.
Did you get to play with them?
Nope. I was just in school at that year doing nothing, bro. Yeah, I was doing nothing, honestly. Like, that's the year of my life I really wasn't doing shit, just besides going to school and trying to mess with girls all day, not focus on nothing with basketball. I guess you could say, like, I took a year off.
And I was going to get into that because it seemed like growing up, you had the buzz, like your name was buzzing. And then your name kind of, like, went off the map for a bit, and then it jumped back on the scene. Was it with the Panthers it jumped back on the scene?
Yeah, it was with the, I would say Panthers. It was between Wadleigh and the Panthers because I remember one summer when I was leaving OSL, we had the, remember.
Hold on, we're gonna get into OSL.
Okay. Remember the ball for life game at 45th versus AND1 we played.
Okay.
So when I played there, everybody knew who I was in the hood and that because I went to OSL and I was killing. But people with different shit, they know who I was. They were like, who this kid? So when we played the AND1 team at like 30-something, we lost, but I got offered a contract That's when Steve Burt was coach. I got off a contract. My mom, they spoke to my mom, like $85,000 or something like that as a kid. But I had another year of high school.
They trying to give you NIL already.
Real quick, like, yo, come here, my brother. Let me holler at you. But it was like, yo, I got another year of high school. I'm good, bro. Like, I want to hoop. I don't want to take this money. Then I got to travel with you. I can't play basketball here no more. I can't go to college. It was like a lot of shit with that. So I was like, nah, I'm straight. And then I just ended up my last year, I went back to Wadleigh and kind of made the schedule.
Before we get into your last year in Wadleigh, though, you was at OSL, too.
Yeah.
How was that experience
with
Coach Oz?
I ain't gonna lie, Coach Oz is one of the best coaches to this day, I feel. Pardon me, that's what... My mama's going back. But Coach Oz is one of the best coaches to this day. He actually let you rock and he teach you things. And mind you, that year I had Justin Burrell, I had Nick Murphy, Geddes Robinson. These are all D1 players. Yeah. Dre Cal was in the backcourt. My Dre Cal tough.
Denver right now.
Me and Dre Cal was in the backcourt. I ain't gonna lie, we had my man William Harrison, Monkey.
Oh yeah, Monkey.
Monkey was with us too. Yeah, he. The funny thing, he went to Wadleigh because remember the year I left, he was still in OSL, and then they played us in what's that joint in Gauchos? Gauchos, the Round Ball Classic. Got them up out of here, got a peep. Then he went to Wadleigh the next year. Like, listen,
Monkey Blood was tough, man. He was tough.
I ain't gonna lie, he was a scrappy, slinky, just jumping out of everywhere. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, it was like he could do everything basically. Besides his handle was a little shaky. Yeah. That's it.
But that OSL experience.
OSL
I had the national schedule too.
Crazy. We was in. First of all, I met James Harden. I met all these guys just being at OSL. The Lopez twins, the Morris twins. These are the guys we played. We didn't play hard in them, but we played against the Lopez twins with Quincy Pondexter. We played against the Morris twins. We played against the Dunbars in Maryland. And all those schools.
Okay, I feel like I played.
We got cooked. We got cooked, bro. That's when they had Mike Bees and all of them. And Ty Lawson. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Cooked.
But that shit was a wonderful experience, I know.
What? I had 20 plus. Don't get me wrong. Nate and Lisa was out there. Bucket, we down 30, but Bucket down there. What you talking about? We got there, bro. This how I knew it was gonna be a long game. I scored. Ty Lawson scored. We get the rebound. We throw it to my man, Edis. Edis will tell you this story to this day. Edis went to go drop step. Mike Beasley blocked his shit. Milborn blocked his shit. And Nolan Smith blocked that shit off the glass. All three of them to our outlet to a dunk. It's a long day.
Y'all playing against a bunch of pros.
It's a long day. Don't worry about it. We losing. I knew that. I ain't gonna lie. I never say we losing. By the time that second half came, yeah, brother. These niggas just keep running. It's over.
And they got, man, they got 12
pros almost.
Man, 12 D1 athletes.
First of all, I didn't know Ty Lawson was that fast.
Oh, what?
He got the ball. I go to switch. He already laid the ball up.
Yeah, I watched him break in North Carolina. I watched him break presses by himself.
Bro, boy left me at half court. I was like, yo, coach, put me on Nolan with his big ass feet. I ain't guarding this. Oh, word. Ask Oz. I'll tell you, put me on Nolan. This is where size 14. I can stay with him. Fam, he ain't it. He too fast.
So what made you leave OSL? Because it felt like y'all had a good thing.
I ain't gonna lie, we had a great thing. And when I was there, it was controversial because the principal was also the math teacher. Mm-hmm. The principal ain't really want the basketball program. He was kind of like an old school. I want this to just be a school, not know. You know what I mean? Like the Catholic school. But when you on a team, it was always a problem. Like he'd make it a problem. So throughout my whole time there, it was just like he always was making it a problem. Yeah. And then again, half a year, I failed the class. He made that an even bigger problem. So it was like, all right, once I finish school, I'm out. Like I spoke to Oz and all them. They team was they gonna have more kids coming, but I was like, I'm out. I'd rather just go somewhere where they're going to let me rock. I could finish school and then, continue my plans on what I want to do after. So, but other than that, basketball-wise and school-wise, it was great. Yeah. It was just that one thing that messed everything up because that's why actually Will left and I forgot who else from that school went to Wadleigh also. It was like, it was always an oncoming problem.
What's now, the Kurt did with you?
Nah, they stayed, they stayed over through Wadleigh.
Oh, okay.
So now though, that shit is a powerhouse almost.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? And if Oz would have got that chance, that should have been the powerhouse back then too.
I think Oz is with New Heights now.
Yep, doing a great job. I watched one of his games.
That's one of the best AU teams in the country.
That's a fact.
So is it that summer you run with the Panthers or?
Yeah, that's something I roll with the Panthers.
I remember seeing you on YouTube and Bob Gibbons, man.
Oh, that was my coming out party.
Yo, I seen you destroying shit. I'm like, yeah, Jig back. I seen you you gonna talk about that spin move, man, I seen you hit a nigga with the spin move, man. For those who don't know, everybody in the city know, but for those who don't know outside the city, Jig probably got the best spin move that I've probably ever seen.
Nah.
Yo, I remember, you know how when I got kicked out of All Hallows, I went to FDA, and
Oh yeah, you definitely.
You know how when niggas used to take the paper ball and do Kobe, I seen niggas going to I seen motherfuckers going to the garbage can and saying Jiggy spin and laying the ball up. I said, yo, nah, this shit is crazy.
Nah, but you knew where that come from. Remember when you knew me since I was younger. Remember I was heavy as shit. So only move I really had was I could cross. I had handle, don't get me wrong, but it was like, man, I'm too tired to do all this shit. So my go-to was come at you in and out. You go that way, I'm spinning off your body. Once I spin, you know, you got to try to get around. It was too late. I was laying that shit up. So it was like, all right, I'm going to stay with this until shit don't work no more. That shit just kept working.
Fucking, I remember when we was kids, you used to spend that in my crib. Yo, anybody who know my pops, he used to build everything. He had a real rim, like, nailed onto, like, the door. He had a real rim. Yo, so my pops used to come play with us. We were about 11, Jake probably, I'm about 11, Jake probably 13.
Facts.
Yo, my pops used to dunk on us and shit, come fuck with us. This nigga Jig we had a little basketball. He took the ball and spent off my pops and threw it on him. Yo, that shit was so crazy.
Yo, tell his pops come get his get back. You heard? Tell pops to come get his get back. He know what it is. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, but you as my little bro, you knew me since I was little. Basketball has been tremendous to all of us as far as us meeting people and.
That shit got us lifelong relationships.
Yo, man. Son, I ain't gonna lie. Me and your pops would have never interacted. We always say what's up and all that and show each other love. But when we hoop together, that shit was just becoming like, all right, nah, niggas is family.
Hell yeah.
Think about it, cause
you and Phil used to be in
all day. Shout out to my cousin Phil, B. We all family, and we used to just. That's the thing I loved about the Team Rocks and all that, the local programs. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's like they kept all of us together with something to do. Mm-hmm. Once those programs left, you saw a lot of kids like, yo, shaded to drugs or, you know what I mean?
No,
maybe.
Definitely, man.
It's crazy. It ended a lot of people, and it's sad, but I'm glad we was able, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people that wasn't able to recover from, I don't play basketball no more, shit like that.
Yeah, like that's what's wrong with the youth now, man. I don't even see kids playing basketball no more.
I don't see no full court runs outside. No. We used to come after school with the uniform on still hooping. Moms used to be like, yo, my boy, why your shoes look like that? Yeah. Why your shoes look like that? I'm like, yo, man, they was talking crazy.
Yo, fat, dirty uniform shirts. Oh, that used to get real,
yo, bro. I don't know this era today. I mean, don't get me wrong. They feed these kids something different. This is 360 windmill and 5'9" and all that. But with us, it was more talent and skill, like more talent and heart. Like we didn't care who we played. We just up and did it. We ain't sit in the house and like, yo, you want to roll some weed? Nah, we was in the crib like, yo, boy, I'm about to go hoop, and after we hoop, I'm a hoop again. That's exactly what it was, bro. We finished hooping, we go in the house and get something to eat. We like,
let's do that shit.
Yo, come on, run it back, bro. You was talking crazy, you know what I mean? But that's why I always stayed on you. Like, that's why I told you with this whole shit, I'm proud of you, because it's like you stayed on the path, even though our paths, all of our paths were different ways. We stayed on a path where we can still be successful and still get through everyday life. You feel what I mean? It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that I know that stop playing ball that can't get through everyday life. Like, remember my man Hustle Man going through his own little thing right now. I just saw him, and that's my brother. And I told him, listen, if you need that help, bro, I'm here. If you even want to just go to a court and you know what I mean, just shoot and get it back, I'm here. But basketball does a lot for people, and sometimes when people lose that, they can't cope with everything else. Yeah. So you know what I mean. And that's why I always tell you, I'm proud of you, bro. The first time you told me about this, what I tell you, I'm pulling up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just cry.
So you leave OSL and you go to Wadleigh.
Yeah.
How was Wadleigh?
Fire.
I know it's fire.
Wadleigh. Now Wadleigh is a difference because now I'm allowed to do everything I want. I can fuck with the girls. I can hoop. You get what I'm saying? I can do whatever I want because it's like Wadleigh wasn't a school for school per se. Yeah. It was like dudes coming to school to gamble. You got these is real students. You got like I was a student / basketball player, but I was amongst everything. Like if I wanted to go talk to a girl, I cut school. What normally kids do and all that. But it was like when it came to basketball, I was at practice every day, every game. I never missed nothing. So it was like I was happy with it. To whereas OSL, it was so far from everything. By the time I get off school and I get home, it was like I'm done. It's over. It's over. You got practice. You coming home. You at home at 8. I'm out. I'm good. I'm going to sleep. I got to do school, but.
And, you won Player of the Year in Manhattan that year.
I was wilding everybody up, and they knew they was gonna get wild up that year because we had a Nike convention. I remember this. Rice and Nolan was there. Christ the King and all. It was for the schools that was gonna be wearing Nike that year. For part of this year, this is when I just came back. Oz, shout out to Oz. Oz, not Oz Cross that coaches my guy Oz that was at Nike.
Okay.
Oz put it into where we got to wear Nike for that year. We was at the conventions and all that. And I let everybody know. I let Rice know I wanted to play Rice that year. Manhattan Center, y'all, I don't know who y'all is. Y'all in the corner. Like, I was telling everybody what it was. And I really felt, you know how it is when I really feel some way. I really felt that way. Everybody talking crazy. And first of all right, we going to see. I put Mount Vernon on the schedule. I wanted Rice on the schedule. We put teams from Jersey on the schedule. Like, I wanted the schedule to be
to show them that
it ain't no difference. It's gonna be same ass whoopings. It's just different teammates. That's it. And R.I.P. my man Crump. You know, I knew Crump since we was little, bro. R.I.P. my boy Crump. Crump was one of my favorite coaches ever.
He saved a lot of people's lives.
A lot of people's lives, bro. It was guys that was drug dealers that didn't have no way out. Came to Crump. He put them on the team, and they found the way, bro. And it was like. Crump paid the big part of mine because he'd allowed me to be a kid and make those mistakes instead of just being like, yo, my boy, you doing this is all you can do. He allowed me to make mistakes so I can grow. And you know what I mean? As I keep going and keep progressing. And the season was good. It was like when we played, we lost to Mount Vernon, but we lost, by 5?
Yeah, that's not bad.
You get what I'm saying? Compared to who we were at the time. Yeah, that was a powerhouse at the time. So it's like, we going to these schools, we keeping games close. Then we doing what we doing in conference. We clipping everybody. Only we lost TMA once. That's it. But we was damn near clipping everybody, and it was like it was fun because it was basketball. Everybody playing, everybody talking shit. Everybody is competitive, and it was no. Would you say no animosity amongst the team? Everybody was just happy to be there and play basketball. You know what I mean? Like some people wasn't even basketball players. They was just happy to be there around the guys and hoop. And Wadleigh was just like a different atmosphere. I'm around Kirk. I'm around Phil. I'm around people I grew up with. You know what I mean? So it was like I feel more a little at home. Even though at OSL I felt at home, Osborne made me feel at home right away. It was just that I had family in this school and I had more of my friends I grew up with. So when I got there and I was able to finally hoop there, it was different.
I know they packing well. They packing the
it was different. Even when we played Jamie, me and Jamie played against Wings. They was nice that they beat us by like 6-2.
Yeah, who else was with him?
Jabbar, Kadani.
Jabbar 4. That was his
Jabbar, the one who killed us.
Pops, man.
Jabbar hit about 6-7 threes when you become Steph Curry.
Yeah, Jabbar was like a pure point guard at Team Rock. That's why we go back to Team Rock. Like, yo, all the people we named, man, we Team Rock and Abo.
Kimba, my dog. Remember Kimba had the nasty braids.
I'm gonna tell him a story about Kimba.
That's I ain't gonna lie. He came along. That's another dude I always told people I was proud of, bro. Regardless of where he from and where he came from. Boy, I saw a boy when he first started to where he became, boy, worked his ass off.
Yo, Jig, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I remember when Kimba first came to Team Rock. He had the braids. He thought he was mellow. All he wanted to wear is number 15.
Nasty braids with 15.
Braids. Fucking Harry Pops, God bless his soul, man. Big Harry.
Big Hal.
He brought him to Team Rock. And guess who the first person they threw him in the fire with? We playing a one-on-one drill. Just guess.
You.
Me. This motherfucker was so strong and athletic, yo. Yo, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. One thing about him, boy, was tough, son. I used to always love playing against him, bro.
The next year, he in 8th grade, he killing. Or we took Youngwood.
Yeah,
that's when Mo Hicks seen him.
That's a fact. That's how Mo Hicks got him.
Yeah,
that's how Mo Hicks got him.
He killed Youngwood with us.
If it wasn't for Team Rock,
A lot of people
wouldn't be. And I'm not going to say Kimball wouldn't be where he at because I think he would have found the way because he was nice. But a lot of people that became something wouldn't be where they was at. Without Team Rock at his shirt and shit like that.
Team Rock saved a lot of people life too. But shouts to Kimball. I just watched this interview, the runner race interview. He shouted out Team Rock.
I got to watch that. I ain't going to lie. I always, you know me, I always fucked with him. Even when we battled, always fucked with him. That's my guy.
But so you graduate from Wadleigh. Do you go straight to Howard JUCO?
Nah, I actually set out for like half that year. So I left in January because I wasn't too sure. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to go. Like my whole thing was to either go to South Kent or one of those schools because I took a visit to South Kent. That's when Isaiah Thomas and all was there. And we hooped and all that. Good visit. It was just something about high school. I'm like, yo, I got to get out. Yeah, like I'm done with high school, bro. Like. I feel like I've been in high school so long. It was just 4 years. I was just ready to go see something new. So when January hit and I started to get out of the little shape, like I'm like, damn, I'm getting diesel, but I'm looking a little crazy. I went there and God is my witness. Zella tell you this.
I seen the pictures.
Dog, I came in at 12. I got there at 12 midnight. They took me to my room, put my stuff down. They said, come see the gym. I walk in the gym. Zelling them in there at 12:30 doing suicides. I don't know what they did. I called my mom. Yo, this ain't for me. I don't think this is it. This is like 12:30 suicide. I don't think this is it, Mom.
I just want to hoop.
Yeah, I just want to play basketball. She's like, man, don't call my goddamn phone. You know her. Don't call my phone that. So ever since then, it was like, I'm going to stick it out. And then once, you know what I mean? I'm around Zelling on them. Yeah. And I'm on a red shirt sheet, so now I can make their life harder every day. You know, Zell work on them. They got to work on their press. If I score, they got to run. Oh, okay. Going the whole baseline. I was going the whole baseline opposite of Zell. Oh, I'm not going to the fast side. Whole baseline this side. They got the slow big. Score, bucket. Get them on the line, coach. And then when it was time for me to run, hold on. Where my shit at?
Yo, I seen a picture. If I'm being put out the ass.
Time for me to run, your coach. Send that in. I need that.
Yeah, I seen a picture. It might have been the best shape I seen you in, man. Said you was like 185.
Yeah.
Diesel, you like, add up crazy. I said, yo, nah, I ain't see Jig. Even when you was in Utah.
I was just...
You were still in shape, but I've never seen that shape, that side of you. I know you was dunking all crazy.
The funny shit, the reason I got in shape, I didn't even, like, that wasn't planned. I was eating, like, Zell them will tell you, Zell them just left, but I eat McDonald's every day when I was in school because that was the close shit we used to. So for that whole month and shit I got back, I was at McDonald's every day. But it was just that we had 2 days. You got practice in the morning, you running that shit off. So one day I'm like, yo, hold the fuck. I had my shirt on because we about to get cut for pictures. I said, hold the fuck on. That's when you see me in the locker room like, yo, take this picture, B. And I saw the abs. I'm like, yeah, it's lit. Good. It's lit. I got abs. I went outside with no shirt for like a week. Don't worry about it. What's up, shorty? You know what I mean? You see 4 of these things? Holla at me.
So, your freshman year, how you do your freshman year?
Freshman year was okay. I had to sit out for dickhead shit that I didn't do in summer school. I was supposed to do work in summer school, never did it. So I had to sit out half the season, so when I came back, I wasn't starting. And that was okay with me. You know what I mean? People starting, they played the whole year. So one day we had a game in Odessa, and I was just talking to Zell and Cole. They like, yo, bro, just go. You know what I mean? Like, play your game and just go. And that game, I might have had like 19, but it was just, the coach ain't even know, like, I could go in a span of that. So when I was scoring, I never heard my coach say go. My coach was never like, go, go, go. I caught that shit. He was like, go, 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 go. Once I heard that, it was like, oh, it's going to be a good season. Now he telling me to go. I'm shooting this shit every time. But then I got Zell and Cole on my team. Them
you play with them?
They splitting 36 shots a game. I'm get my 10 before y'all finish. Y'all bugging.
They were sophomores then?
They were sophomores. Okay. So I ain't gonna lie, they was killing. Zell used to have a 30-point game, 20-something point game. They was killing. Like him and Cole literally was the 2 toughest, in my eyes, the 2 toughest guards in the conference we had. But it was other guys that went to Texas Tech and all that, but they were killing consistently. Like, it was crazy. So that kind of helped me. Just playing alongside them and be able to watch some certain time, like, okay. Then, you know, prepared for me for, like, now I'm about to be a sophomore. I see what that light looking like.
How was that sophomore year?
You know, Jay came in.
Yeah, Jae Crowder. For those who don't know, Jae Crowder, man, Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, you know, once I get somebody that can hoop.
Yo, Zell told me, he said, yo, I was so pissed off that I left and Jae Crowder was coming in because he was the best motherfucker, the best JUCO nigga in the nation.
Yo, he was in Atlanta wilding. Well, wherever he went to JUCO, he was wilding. He was almost the player of the year anyway. He might have been the player of the year at that state. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I ain't gonna lie, when he came in, then he was my roommate. So we, you know what I mean, we chop it up. But I saw him, how he compete. I saw, this shit gonna be easy. Hard. This shit gonna, ain't he big as shit playing a 3? This nigga shorter than him playing a 4 and 5. He playing a 3. Oh, we lit. So we come in, he, like, you know the regular season. He averaged like 19, I'm averaging like 16.
Did he win player of the year?
He won player of the year by 2 votes over me.
Crazy.
But I won Texas
you won,
player of the year.
National.
Also got Texas player of the year for JUCO. National MVP, All-Star national MVP. Mad of a different award. So it was like, I wasn't even mad because I felt he deserved it. Yeah. He worked his ass off. I'm not even gonna lie. It was times he was in the gym, I wasn't. It was just that my mindset was just more different than everybody. I didn't feel that I had to polish my game up every day. Yeah. I feel like if I need to work on something, it'll be in game. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, when I did the spin move, that shit wasn't in practice. That was an in game. If I tried to in and out behind the back and spin it, that was in game. It was never like, let me go work on these moves. So when I kind of got around people like that, like Janet, it was like, you know what, maybe I should start sharpening my shit up. But that whole year, I played like we play in the park. Coach was letting me go. Off screen, stop and pop, bow. You gonna stop there, right around, drill in 1. So it was like, he made it so easier for me, and I made it easier for him to kill that. That was perfect. And then we had a kid named Carlos who went to Oregon. And we had so many pieces besides me and him. We had another guard besides us that was a true point guard, Lamar Austin. He was nice. He was a point head. His job, he'd make the right passes. So we had every piece. We went 33-2.
And y'all won a chip?
Was
that the first chip for Howard?
I believe so. Yeah. I know Charlie and them made it to the tournament, but they ain't win it.
All right, shout out to Charlie Burgess.
That's one of the reasons I went there also.
Yeah,
Charlie
told me that too.
Yeah, facts. That's that. Charlie, the way he led that, he was triple double, I believe, almost out there, and he was wilding, and I'm like, yo, Charles nice, and I'm like, yo, you know what? If a New York kid could do that, then I saw Zell & Cole go there, and then they called me, and I ain't go fast. All right, bet I can come out there, bro.
And shit, y'all had a crew because Jae Crowder was the #1 JUCO player in the nation. You was top 5.
Yeah, it was to the point where there'd be games where he had scored 20 and I scored, like there's a game I had 7 points, but I had 17 assists. You get what I'm saying? And it didn't matter that I had 7. It was fun. Assists. Yeah, it was just
y'all
fun.
Won about 30.
We winning, we coming down. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna pull. You ain't gonna pull. I'm shooting. Yeah, all right. Clank. Oh, damn. Damn, let me get back on D. But that's when basketball was just fun because it was just hooping. We winning. It was like everybody got along. Even if you did get along, when we was around each other, it was just a vibe. Like, you know what? We hooping. If we ain't hooping, we all do our own thing. It ain't matter. You get what I'm saying?
They always say, like, winning makes everything easier. Like, winning covers the shit that people was going through. Like, if you winning, then it's no arguments.
Bro, remember Zell told you the story about the situation I had going out there with the female and all that. That was during it. So during the whole time, the situation where a dude was looking for me, I'm hooping. I'm not even thinking about it. Until when hooping stopped, I realized that at the end of the year, like, oh, dude, still, you get what I'm saying? So basketball took, I would say, 90% of your problems away once you playing basketball, bro. There's nothing else that you really think about. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's why, like, when we was always hanging, we always hoop. Or you'll see me playing 5 games and showstoppers with different divisions because it was like, you know what?
This shit is fun.
It's fun. All my people's here. We having fun. When I'm tired, I go in the house to my brother and them.
Even if we ain't hooping, we watching our people. So exactly. It's his game. We gonna watch him.
Exactly. And that's the era where it was just like basketball was mad fun. It was nothing else to do besides play basketball. So.
And speaking of showstoppers, you was one of the best besides seeing you hoop with school and AU, you was one of the best street ball players I've seen. I seen you tear Dykeman up, Tri-State up. Like, yo, me and Tank used to really go up there and be like, yo, nah, Jake playing.
Shout out to Tank. That's my brother too.
My co-host, man. He ain't here today, but you'll see him definitely in the future. Yo, we used to go to watch you play, man. That's when you was playing Dykeman with Murder. And
home base. Yep. Shout out to Murder too. Facts.
Who was in the backcourt with you? Was Ab?
Ab that year played with Topper because they got 2 teams. So I was like, you know what I mean? I played that year. It was A Butter. We had Dell. We had We had a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's who you had in the back of World Premiere.
So that year was actually, that's the year we played against, the NBA's on.
Mm-hmm.
That summer was just a statement summer that everybody ain't like they was, how they say they was. Yeah. Everybody ain't like that, you feel me? And that was the summer, like, I sat down and talked to my brother, like, yo, like, I'm back from school, I'm working out, I ain't really do nothing. Let me get right. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that shit just took it from there. It's just a mindset. I tell everybody that. Like, for a basketball player, I might have been one of the laziest basketball players. But as far as confidence, when I walk in that gym, you could not tell me that I wasn't better than the whole gym, including the refs.
Yeah, this motherfucker come in eating a sandwich and get 30. Like.
Yo, for instance, we went to Pins. Nate Blue. Nate Blue. We in Rumble in the Bronx, and I'm starving. We got games all day. I goes to McDonald's. We about to play the Panthers. I'm eating a Big Mac meal, bro. I'm hungry. I don't care I had 38. But Nate couldn't understand. I'm like, yo, Nate, listen, it's basketball. Once I step on that court, don't shit matter about nothing else. What I ate, nothing. I'm going to be all right. And he had to see it. But it was like my mindset was just different. I didn't allow shit to bother me. Oh, he ain't that good? Well, you'll find out soon. Oh, yo, like every time I walk in the park, somebody, yo, Jiggy, I got you today. Good luck. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a mindset we kept since we was little. Like, nah, I don't feel he better than me, so I ain't gonna sit here and act like nobody better than me. And if you don't have that, not saying I'm the cockiest nigga ever, because by far there's people that was better than me. You get what I'm saying? But
you gotta have that confidence.
They couldn't prove it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? If I stepped on the court with anybody and they got 40, better believe I got 42. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You'll never sit there and say, yo, you know what? He whack. I got the best. No, I'm going to compete, and I guarantee I'm going to have 20 above. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And that's the kind of mindset I just kept. Like, you know what? Everybody got exposure when they was little. I felt I didn't. So it's like, you know what? Let me make it happen. Yeah, I'm on a mission this whole summer. I played Watkins, Dykeman. I even played West 4th with Ream. And actually, I was 15, unlimited. Playing Dykeman with Ream in them. Played in everything. And it was just like, you know me, I needed that. So once I first did it and I killed, that second year was just a walk through in the park. It was like, you know what? I know what I'm here to do, and I'm out of here. And that's when people, you know what I mean? You get a little chicken at the time. Yeah, let me get my chicken. I'm out of here. Good looking.
So let me get back to JUCO. So after y'all take it and everything, and your name is buzzing now. Yeah. What schools you got?
So I had Texas. I had a fight in front of them in practice. That was crazy. Like, for with a red shirt kid at that was dumb on my decision. But Texas Tech, same, all the regular St. Francis, Cincinnati, all the schools up here, St. John's, Manhattan, it was Oklahoma State. It was a bunch of schools that I had. Like,
and you was telling me that you really wanted to go to Cincinnati.
Yeah,
what happened? Why
Cincinnati. Even Durham knew that. Even talking to Kenny Sack, because that was actually gonna be my first choice. Like, that was my choice. I know I had Utah. I loved the Utah, and I had Cincinnati, but Cincinnati was gonna be my first choice. So when I went on my visit, I was basically talking with everybody except the head coach, unless we was out of dinner and shit. And I didn't understand that, being that, you know what I mean? I'm coming from environments where coaches took their time to tell me before I get here, you know what I mean? So the whole time I'm there, we talking, and I'm just going around with the players. Sean there, SK, Sean Kilpatrick there at the time.
Okay.
So I'm just going around visits, and when I'm leaving, I realized, like, I never really sat with the coach and spent time. And so it didn't even take long. Like, once I didn't spend that time, and if you go back, what I told you, like, the Utah coaches is millionaires. Mm-hmm. These dudes said they didn't want parents to slept on the couch. Niggas got a room at the Wynn downtown, probably, or the W downtown. They sat there and slept on my couch, so it was kind of a different feel.
Yeah, they made you feel comfortable.
So when I'm on a plane, I'm right there. Yo, you know what? I'm going to come to Utah. When I was leaving Cincinnati, but in respect, McCronin is a great coach. I'm not going to say that. He's an awesome coach. I didn't know he was going through his own issues at the time. Well, you know what I mean? Maybe you got family issues, but if you don't communicate, like, yo, listen, I'm going through something, I don't know. So from my point, it's just that all the assistants and everybody is interested in me coming because y'all just jumped on the scene when I seen y'all at the national tournament. Mm-hmm. I was also, UAB was there and all that. So it was like y'all jumped on the scene, and I'm like, you know what, that is Cincy. It's lit. I smoked the case, it's lit. But it was like I never really spoke to the coach. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just go to Utah because the ball's still going to be in my hand. These coaches know what I want. They met my family. You get what I'm saying? It was just a good all-around situation for everybody. So it was like, but if I'd have went to Cincinnati, boy, I was tearing motherfucker. I had would you say a chip on your shoulder?
Utah at Cincinnati.
That shit was turned 20 in Cincinnati. That was turned into 20. That fit, because think about it. And
you'd been playing with surrounded by
bad pros. So now you got to stay out. You can't. When I was in Utah, I used to go, everybody in there. I kick out, clank. My first year they hit him some, but second year, clank. I only had, you know what I mean, couple shoot, but
Will Clyburn was with you. Right?
Will, that's my dog. Go getting right to it. That's one of the. When I tried to transfer, they ain't let me go. He got up out of there before me, so it was like, damn. I should have went to Cincinnati, but I understood everything that came with it. But at that time, it was like being that I'm from family-oriented place. You know how I am. Mm-hmm. When I left to go to Texas, my mom had a relationship with that coach. Yeah. So when I'm leaving to go to another college, that coach got a relationship with my mom. That coach is just, you know what I mean? Whatever, he's going to do his own. I'm going to go naturally with the coach that feels like more family. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, they called my moms after I signed. Like, yo, come on, what is he doing? You should just tell him to sign with us. No, but it was just like, it was too late. I made my mind up. I'm already a Ute. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Cincinnati. That still was a popping program. I ain't even gonna front.
I already know the visits was crazy, right?
What? That shit
I know you.
Yeah, I was wilding. I almost got in fights, all that. Yeah, let me chill. I left the hood, and Cincinnati is across from the hood. I was like, yeah, this shit is crazy. You know how you cross the big streets? Yeah. Imagine your campus is here. The hood is menacing, nigga. The campus is my block. The hood is menacing. As soon as you cross that street, it's hood. Right there. So it was like, you feel at home, but then you're like, nah, he's bugging. I'm out of here. You go to Utah.
How was Utah, though? You go to Utah.
I ain't gonna lie. Utah life was actually nice. It was peaceful when you wanted it.
It was cool.
Yeah. I never had the problems that some people had, but as far as the nightlife, you make it to what it is. So
it's a Mormon state, right?
Yeah, but it's like majority Mormon, but it's mad regular. Yeah,
so we gonna find a way.
And the school, my school, everybody wasn't Mormon. Okay. Like at BYU and all that was mainly you got to be Mormon in that school. So when I went there, it was just like, it wasn't even a culture shock because it was, football team had guys from Cali but it was just like the nightlife was fun because it was different. And we could go to the clubs, and I could get a section. But also on the other section, you see CJ Miles and all them. I'm on this whole, in the club, VIP, CJ Miles and them next to me, like I'm in the league. Oh, it's lit. I ain't even pay for nothing over here. It's crazy. I'm in here. You know what I'm saying? And the basketball-wise, I had access to any gym, anything I needed as far as to help my body. So it was just like, once I got there, it was like, yo, you know what? I don't feel like going home in the summertime. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was just different. That's a fact.
So, you played against some guys out there, the likes of Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard, Jimmy Fridette. Who would you say was like the best person you played against in that 2 years that you was in Utah?
Dame.
Mm-hmm. What Dame did to make you feel like he
didn't have every play called for him. So our first matchup was, I had like 20-something. He had like 20-something. But in the span of his 20-something, I sat down, you saw the span of him just score 12. How he scored that 12 was just like, nah, he different. And then the second year when my team was now, they could double team me. Mm-hmm.
That was in the Pac-12 the next year, right?
Yeah, and so that was our in-state game because they was in Utah. Mm-hmm. We was in Utah.
I didn't even know we played in Utah.
We were, it's like Orem or something like that. They in Utah also. So we would go play them, and the second time we played them, boy, they was double teaming me. Yo, one time he split. He might have put that shit, let Jesus touch it. Like, he touched it, Jesus threw it. Yeah, he real. I ain't gonna lie, I liked his game. Shout out to my Uncle Mook. I told Mook.
Shout out to Mook, man.
I told Mook, it's a kid named Damian Lillard, bro. He's gonna be top 10. Mark my word. He's dumb now. You know, I call everybody and shit. The reason I ain't respect Jim was nice. Don't get me wrong. He shoot the shit out. He shoot the shit out the ball. But he literally, if it's 20 plays, 16 of them was for him. You get what I'm saying? If you
can't, he's gonna get his shit.
So think about the times he was in the league.
He not getting on the plays.
Got 2 years in the league. You get what I'm saying? You're not getting all those because now you next to pro.
Out of the 20.
You next. So can you play without getting? And Dame was not getting every call, but he could play. Even Kawhi wasn't that good. He was a workhorse.
Yeah.
Every rebound, he gonna finish. He ain't have no offensive problems game in college like that. Mm-hmm. But he was a killer. Like, he in there rebound, our hands is bigger than your face and all that.
He's strong as an ox.
First of all, I wasn't get down there. I tried to stick my arm in one time. It was almost over. Come on, Biggs, get down here and rebound, my boys. Y'all bugging. Everybody 6'9" and above. What am I doing down here?
So, boom. Speaking of Jimmer, you know I was going to get hit.
Boy went crazy. Yeah.
What, he had 50?
Boy had 48. We're going to say 47, but we can round that thing off. We can damn sure round that thing off at 50. That was, I ain't going to lie. And it was, for some reason, I'm like, yo, we going to lock this nigga up. So, excuse my language, but we going to lock him up. I guarded him the first, like, you would say 3-4 minutes.
I seen some clips, though. You was getting at him.
Oh, he don't play defense. They know not to play. They had somebody else guarding me. Like, they ain't have him guarding me. He don't play no defense. So, when I'm guarding him, I'm playing tough, though. Like, bump. We good. He got like 5. I get 2 fouls trying to help block somebody's shit. Like, I glassed one, but then the other one was a foul. They called both of them foul. I come out, my man, I forgot who they put in. Once they put somebody else in, boy started shooting from anywhere. Wow.
That motherfucker shoot.
Wow. I say, yo, coach. Wow. Before I could say, yo, coach, that shit was in the net. Wow. I'm like, yo, nah, this is ridiculous. So, halftime about to come. I'm like, yo, get a stop before half. Boy shoots that shit from half and make it. So I'm like, damn, he already on fire. I got to come back and guard this nigga. Coach is like, yo, you got him because you got 3 fouls. Thank you, because this nigga's shooting that shit from everywhere and then chasing. You got to chase him around 70 screens. Then when he got the ball, he's 70 pick and rolls. You like, yo, boy, you know what? I'm going film that's over here. That's
every play. That shit wearing
and they had enough. First of all, and they had shooters to where once you did convert, he was like, bomb, knockdown. Then you had guys that could actually handle. You didn't know guys on his team could actually hoop until when he left, and you seen him the next year. Dudes was averaging like 14 and 7 assists and shit like that because now y'all got to play team basketball, but. Dame Lillard was just a different beast because you could tell his shit was progressing every year. You get what I'm saying? As he go. So I kind of just respected his game because he worked for it. You get what I'm saying? When I played against him, it wasn't no backing down. Niggas talk. We all talk our shit, and there was no backing down.
Yeah, I got a different respect for Lillard, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. One of the toughest persons and coolest person I ever met.
So y'all go to the Pac-12, and I think you make all Pac-12 honorable mention, but you get kicked off the team.
Man, my second year.
What happened?
Well, so it was an incident in the same year where one of the assistant coaches told me practice was at 8:39, 9 to 8:30 for practice to start. So I got there around like 8:20. Got dressed, went to the practice gym. The niggas was in full sweat already. Full sweat. So I'm like, yo, practice. Coach was like, yo, go to the room. So that's the first time I got suspended. Now, how am I getting suspended if your assistant told me this is at this time? So I kind of figured, like, you know what? All right, cool. I got suspended. I forgot who they played, like Pepperdine or somebody. They got cooked. So now the rivalry game versus BYU. Now I'm back on the team. Cool. So now everything I'm still playing during the year. We go to Cal. We play Cal. I kill, but I'm sick. We goes back home. Now that morning, I'm sitting there, say like you home. We get home like 3 in the morning. I'm calling everybody phone because my body weak. I can't go to the hospital. I've been throwing up. Yeah. Somebody need to come take. Nobody answering. Once I fell asleep, I woke up. Film was at 9. I woke up at 9. So I'm like, oh, fuck. I jump in the car, gets there by like 9, 10. Say, yo, go to your room. We'll talk to you later. And then they kick me off. I'm like, yo, what? But the whole that stemmed from somebody coming to a team meeting late with a team top on. So he was like, the next person late is done. Yeah. But it's like, yo. Like
people wasn't respecting.
But I've been early. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was never late. So it was kind of
the best motherfucker on the team.
But he, you know, when. I wouldn't say he was a new coach, so
that was the coach. He was the former Chicago Bulls coach.
Yeah, I didn't feel and when it was important to him, his first year as much as it was to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like certain games I did it my way. We losing by 6-8 or we win, or you get what I'm saying? we do it your way, we losing by 30 consistently. You keep trying to feed bigs that can't get buckets on their own.
Yeah.
But when I'm penetrating and dopping them off and they finish it, it's just kind of the same thing, and it's keeping the game close. So it's kind of like, we bump heads there, but I always did what he asked. I never, you know what I mean? Once I seen openings where I could do my own, I did it. But I never strayed from the game plan. It was frustrating, to say the least, that you can come from an okay season the year before to a horrible season at that, knowing you wanted to. You get what I'm saying? Remember, I told you I wanted to go to Cincinnati after my first year. They didn't release me. So now I'm here playing. You kick me off the team because your principles. You get what I'm saying? I've been early all year. I don't miss practice. I don't do none of that. And so at that time, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I went back to my thing and I called my mom. So I'm like, yo, I want to leave school, bro. I'm out. I want to go. And she's like, fuck out of here. It's a free education. We're going to finish school, and we're gonna do what we got to do. It was simple as that.
Yeah, man, and shout out to you.
That's a fact. Diploma, man. That's a fact. I had to get that.
That piece of paper means a lot, man.
That shit got me. It opened the doors for me. I ain't gonna lie. Some people say education don't, but that shit opened the doors for me for a lot of different stuff that, you know what I mean, that I probably wouldn't even been into.
So when you graduated Utah, did you think about going overseas?
Yeah, I had, I could tell you from my practices in there, I had Timberwolves, Spurs, all of them was at the practice. All of them was at the practice. Everybody they was there. And when I got kicked off, it was like I got my senior thing taken away from the Portsmouth camp, so I couldn't go there. So originally I signed with an agent. I'm like, I'm gonna just work out. We finished the year. I go back home. I worked out for a whole year, bro. Working out, wondering what's happening. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to just go to the exposure shit myself. I went to exposure. And I met somebody. He was like, yo, we've been looking for you. We've been asking about you for the past year. And I'm like, yo, I signed with, I forgot who it was at this point. It might have been like Interperformance. I'm like, I signed with them. So, you know what I mean? You can reach through them. He was like, yo, we was reaching through it, but they was trying to send other people. I didn't know none of this. So I'm just in there thinking, y'all getting me jobs. And I'm just working out. Y'all getting jobs that they want me, but y'all sending 2 people so you could get your commission off them 2 people instead of just this one kid you can send there. And so the whole year I got fucked over. It was just like, once I found out it was a hit, it was like, you know what? I'm good. I'd rather just help kids because this shit is crazy. But remember, I still was playing in tournaments and shit, killing, but it was just like, the love for it started dying. So instead of losing my love for basketball, some shit that helped me, I'd rather go help the kids and, you know what I mean, help them not make the same mistakes I did. Try to make their path a little more easier than mine was.
And that's what you got going on right
now.
now.
So I work with BSNY. So it's a pay-for-play league, but also now what we're trying to transition to is a real basketball program. As far as, all right, you can pay to play in this winter league because it's our league, but once this spring league come, this is basketball team. This is not... Yeah, if you don't play basketball all day, you can't play with this team. So they trying to transition now. And you know me, I take kids from everywhere. Yo, come get on this team.
Yeah, I seen you on the gram, man. You still was shaking them little motherfuckers up, spinning on them. Yeah.
Yeah, they talk. Don't get me wrong. They talk crazy. The kids talk crazy until you show them. But it's like that program also helped a lot of kids I happen to bring through because they saw different stuff. They got to see like kids that I had. For instance, I had a little kid that I brought with me named Amir. I had him since he was 10. So when he was 12, parents were like, yo, can we take him to Cancun? Can we take him in? His mother might not be afford to take him nowhere, but now he can go these places because he sees something different. So I kind of try to take kids from when we grew up, even though they nice and boy, to put them around that so now they can see it's different things to life. If you don't want to play basketball, you can be a doctor. These is his parents. He owns this. He owns this. You have these outlets to where you can meet these people and they can explain to you know what? This is how you want to go about this to do this. So that's what basically I'm doing, just trying to help these kids. Even if they want to just come work out to get their minds out, I'll do it. Even if they don't even play basketball serious, because I know it's a lot of shit that people can't handle or take what's going on at home or what's going on in their life. They need an outlet. So it's like, if I could provide an outlet for anybody, and especially work at this job where they allow me to bring kids, a minority over. You know what I mean? It's a mixed program, don't get me wrong, but kids where we never really pay for basketball. You know what I'm saying? So now when I can put them around different. Let them meet new people instead of people they just seen with all the time. Yeah, it's different. Right. They could think different. They can start moving different.
And coming from where you come from, you don't see no motherfucking doctor or no lawyer walking
around.
You know what we see? We see the drug dealers. That's who we
see 10 liquor stores.
10 liquor
stores. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like once they started seeing, you know what? This dude pops on NFTs. This dude, and they treat me like a human being, and I could think different ways, and it's different outlets than what I just see every day. Now they might start moving different. It's a couple of kids that was trying to get in the street shit that started moving different once they got introduced to something different. Like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather go here, make money, or you get what I'm saying, whatever they wanted to do. But I feel, like I said, for us and everybody, basketball will always be an outlet for everyone, and per se, let's say black kids, because what we go through every day, especially black males and females, don't get me wrong, because I feel females get disrespected, but what we go through every day, sometimes there's no outlet to let that out. So sometimes you lead to the street. You get what I'm saying? And it's like once you give a kid an outlet, you can also tell him this is his outlet and show him different shit, but he gotta want it. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's all me. Me right now is just I'm happy with helping people. So as long as I can find my happiness in something, I'll stick with it. It's never no problem. It'll never be other money. You know, we can always find a way to make money. That's a fact. So it's like
that shit. It leads me to my last question of the day, man. This how I end my podcast off every time. I just want to know your key to the game, and when I say your key to the game, it's just like, what is some advice or words of wisdom or motivation that you could give to the youth? Because I feel like us as older dudes, not us per se, but like just us as a whole, we fell on these kids because we lead them down the wrong path. We telling them it's cool to shoot people or cool to get back for this, but we not telling them that, you know, it's cool to go to school and shit. Like that. I always feel like a motherfucker come home from jail and he get acknowledged, but a nigga come home from graduating for 4 years and motherfucker don't care about that.
You absolutely right.
So what would you say to the youth or to your younger self?
My younger self, I would just say there's more to it than what you see as far as outside in your community. Think about this. Your mother sacrificed, even if some guys don't have their mother, your parents sacrificed to bring you in this world. They didn't have to bring you in this world. They also sacrificed taking care of you. The least you can do is try to accomplish. No, I mean, like, it don't even have to try to accomplish something to where you can make your parents proud, make them feel good. My job was to never have my mom pay for college. You get what I'm saying? Even though she probably could have, but if I can avoid that and my mom's having extra money, my job was, all right, this is our outlet. I can do this. And also, what you guys are doing in these streets, you can go anywhere else and you can be happy instead of sitting here having to watch over your back. The streets is not worth it. My pop's been in jail since I was 10 months. You get what I'm saying? The only thing the streets lead to, prison or death. That's it. And I feel these little kids find the outlet, find the basketball outlet. Talk, like, people don't even like talking to therapists half of the time. Go talk to a therapist. That you're not less manly than that. I went and talked to a therapist when I was going through shit. There is nobody less man than talk to a therapist. And I feel you're right. We all, as a whole, older generation, even now, we fell in these kids because some of these guys is coming home like, you know what, this is cool. No, it's not cool. Let them know what you was doing in jail. You had to be around boys 24/7 eating bullshit. You couldn't move how you want. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I tell these kids, focus on what makes them happy and stick with it, because a lot of people go from what makes them happy to satisfy everybody else. You get what I'm saying? Oh, my guys in them is shooters. Let me go show shooters. But really, basketball makes you happy. Stick with it. Your guys that shooters will still be there or not. But you can make something out of your life. You get what I'm saying? I just feel if something makes you happy, I feel you should truly stick with it no matter what somebody says.
And that's the key to the game.
That's a fact. Love you
Love
always. You know that.
Thank
love
you
you
for
for
coming
life,
out, man. That's it. That's a wrap.
Word.